Alright, Buddyfight Weekly, Deck Profile 2019. 3 years later, I don't know, whatever, man. Alright, Mr. Brown, what is this deck?
Alright, so we call this the Christmas special, because that's the last time we had a video. The Christmas mukbang. So this is top 8 Black Dragon deck. So I went X1 in Swiss, and then in top 8 I just bricked. It was unfortunate. So yeah, we're starting with the Buddy. This is Retaliation Abigail. It's from the original mill deck. This is a very good card in general. It's in my opinion, this card replaces Obituary. So I play this because on destruction your opponent mills 2 and you draw a card, so it always replaces itself. So yeah, let's get
right into it.
Yeah. So obviously you play 4 of the Buddy. Self-explanatory now that I've talked about it. Very good card.
Very good card.
Next we have 4 of the new Light Ray Abigail.
Light
this
Ray
card is just a straight up upgrade of the Buddy. So when this card is on the field, it protects your sets, so it's really good for that. And then when this card is destroyed, your opponent mills 3. If there's a monster, you draw 1. So you have the potential to replace itself, and just good for decking your opponent up.
So why are you budding this one and not that one?
Because, see, as brown people are, and minorities are, I'm a very cheap person, and I don't want to spend more money on this card when I already have 2 Buddy sets of this.
That's true. Alright. Let's move on.
Alright. Next we have 3 copies of Vita Nove. So what this card does, it allows you to tutor out your impacts, and it's just a good deck thinning tool, because with the point of this deck is to get to your impact monsters and to get your defensive spells so you can pop off on your opponent. And yeah, so use this to destroy any of your Black Dragon monsters. It also works on sets, and then you just get your impact.
That's strong.
Play 2 Darrowberg.
Oh yes, Daryl Burke.
Before Arthur asks, the only reason I run 2 is because I only could fit in 2.
That makes sense to me.
Yeah, I have 4, but I decided to only play 2. And after testing, I found that 3 and 4 were too cloggy. And so what this card does is just let you tutor any cards you need to your hand. It's really good for the anti-brick, and also fills up your drop so that you can call out this Abigail because you need a
Black Dragon
in your drop. So it's good multi-purpose card.
Yeah, so this is just so, like, you want stuff in your drop, and that's the easiest way to do it without minusing yourself.
Yep, pretty much.
That makes sense.
Play 2 Gloomy Black Dragon Snake Balsam. I only played 2 again because I felt like 3 was too bricky. And it's a very good card in terms of it just tutors, or not tutors, but it replaces itself, and it gives you the gauge, and gauge is a really big problem in almost all Black Dragon decks. And so it's a decent beat stick, 5/2/4, so it can hit things, but you're most often the time you're not attacking with this deck anyway. So
yeah.
It just does its job.
Decent cards.
Decent cards, yes. We play 1 Corrosion Code 666.
Oh, a single.
I only play this card because of the gauge issue. It's kind of RNG, so there's times you're gonna gauge 4 off of it, and you're basically gonna scream for joy. But there's times you whiff, and you're like, well, damn, that sucks. So I play this as a 1, and again, it fills up your drop with Black Dragons, so it can help out. I play 1 of the Overturn Abigail because we're only allowed to play 1.
Yeah.
Sucks. I really wish they made this card 2, but for now, 1's good. It's only for the brick situation that you want to use this card. You barely ever go into it. And lastly, I played this Overturn, Daredevil Crimson, because there's a lot of times you're in a position where you just can't win games, and this card in your drop just acts as a very good shield, and it stops your opponent from doing things. So this card in regionals, I used it once against Max Dragons, and it won me the game because of it. And so yeah, very helpful card.
So would you say that Overturn Abigail is play to win, and Daredevil Crimson's play not to lose?
I would. Yeah, you're probably right. You're probably right. I won't disagree with that statement.
Alright, that makes sense.
That's all the monsters. Let's get into the spells. We play 4 Black Rituals. Probably the best draw spells Black Dragons have. So cast cost is destroy a Black Dragon, and then you gauge 1, gain a life, and draw 2. So use this to pop any of your Abigails, because you want to pop like Well, you pop any Black Dragon, but you want to target your Abigail so that you can get the mill engine going and you get to draw more cards, right?
Absolutely.
So 4 of that.
That's a good card.
I play 3 Execution Grounds, just for extra protection. And there's things in the meta right now like Max Dragons that they want to bring out the size 6 that pops board, and sometimes people don't realize that this card burns 4. So at regionals, I was playing against a Max Dragon player, and he didn't know what this card did, and I had 3 set spells, and he was at 8 life, and so he brought out the size 6, nuked my board.
So that's burn 12?
It's burn 12.
That's burn 12.
Yeah.
So if you destroy everything all at once,
they stack.
It counts for everything. That's crazy.
Yeah. You mainly play this card for the gauge 1 draw 1 effect. So every time a Black Dragon has a soul into it or gains a soul, like for soul guard, you gauge 1 draw 1.
So that includes call cost.
That includes call cost, right? So you combo with this one, and
Yes,
you're gonna
of
be
course.
going into this a lot.
A lot. Yeah, that makes sense. So that basically pays for itself.
Exactly. It just makes it free. Next we play 3 Devil Stigma. Probably the best Darkness Dragon Ball card ever made. Set 1, we just keep it going. You can use this card actively or retroactively. And so...
Yeah, I'm here.
So,
I'm
so when you destroy any card with this, or any monster with this, and you gauge 2, gain a life. Just good, proactive or retroactive. You can use it defensively or offensively to mill.
How do you like not using it in the final phase?
It's okay because now we have Recover Veil.
Oh shit.
So like, if you need gauge during final phase, you can use this. This is just a good outlet or a good protection against God Pumps.
Always use protection.
Yeah, always use protection.
Sick cameo from James from Buddyfight Weekly.
Oh gee. Yeah, this card's just really good. Thanks for letting me borrow it again, Arthur.
I don't care. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
It let you hit top 8.
I actually didn't use this.
I know.
It's
But it's the thought that counts.
Yeah, it worked. I got it for the gauge, so it's quite nice. We run 3 Noble Sacrifices.
Excuse you? Summer Recollection 2017. Scream the scariest courage test.
Okay, you can run Noble Sacrifice. It's the same card. I just like having this alternate art. I use this. It's just a good replacement again. So you pay 1 gauge, destroy any Black Dragon, draw a card, and gain 2 life. So again, you can use it defensively. It's really good against matchups like Dragon Blood Sect and Dimension Dragons because you're forcing them to counter mill on your turn.
Yeah.
And you also use it as a shield. So it's quite nice. Play 2 Millions Edge. I notice a lot of people don't run this card, and I don't understand why. So you pay 1 life, you and your opponent both mill 2, and you draw a card. So it replaces itself. And it fills up your drop, and it helps your endgame, because you want your opponent to deck out. So because it fills up your drop, I feel like this is a must-play. The only downside is it is once per turn, so I wouldn't play too much of it. So yeah, I only play 2. Yeah, good card. More people should play it.
Don't give them ideas.
We have to give people ideas, man. We get to grow the game.
That's true, that's true.
I play 2 Removal Voice. Counter calling in this meta is a little bit harder because cards are decks like Dragon Blood Sect where you can't call from drop. Darkness Dragon World you also can't call from drop because if they have the invitation to the death ground.
Yeah.
But I think this is a good include in the deck because you want your Abigails on the board because it's your main engine, and so getting those just lets you combo into plays. So this is just a very good setup for everything you need to do. Play 2 Chaotic Pain. Another good way to fill up your drop, and it just a main gauge outlet for you. You need gauge to do your impacts. It sets up perfectly for 3 gauge. Alright, this is a card that I personally do not like that much, but it's a necessity in the deck. 100 Demon Sorcery, Death Sacrifice. If you can pop 3 Abigails with this card, you basically win game.
Pretty much.
However, this card can also hurt you in the sense where if you have, say, for example, 3 of your Bunny Monster out.
Oh, whoa. Oops.
Does this work better for you?
Yeah, it's good, it's good.
Yeah. So, I use this to pop 3 Abigails. All of a sudden I draw 6, which is great. Like, I just plus 5.
Yeah.
Right?
And you milled them 6.
and I milled them 6. But at the same time, I went through 5 cards of my deck, or 6 cards through my deck. So like I'm in the position to deck out. So you have to use this card very smartly, whereas before in other decks you wouldn't have to. You just nuke 3 and just draw 3, right?
Yeah.
So here you have to use it
Because of how fast you're going through your deck, you don't want to turbo yourself out.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
So yeah, decent card. Some people play it at 3 of. I don't think so.
Oh, I played that at 4 of on release. I love draw 3s.
It's okay. I'm not gonna disagree with you. Cage of Nightmares. I play 2. A lot of people play 3, and personally, I think I would up it to 3 after regionals. I made the mistake of trying this at 2. Because you don't have much salvage in certain decks. I did play a lot of decks where you couldn't tough drop.
Yeah,
so,
and then you can get around that with that, right?
Yeah,
because
so
it goes to your hand.
once this card is destroyed, you get to salvage. And every time a Black Dragon enters your field, your opponent mills 1. So it's just a very good card.
You can set multiples, you don't have to set just one?
Yeah, you can set like 4 if you want.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So yeah, just a good overall card. Also, its ability can't be nullified. So.
Oh, that's strong.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that.
It was very good. I play 1 yell
Demo Bite.
Demo Bite. Just for overall board wipe, it's just a good kind of protection thing, and also it works well because all of your stuff's on destruction as well. So since you're nuking the entire board, your monster field and their monster field, it does help out quite a bit because you're making them with attacks if their cards can't be destroyed, and you're also making them mill. And then I play 1 Gale Impulse.
Oh,
just
spicy tech.
It is a tech because there's so many sets here that have the set mechanic. So like Max Dragons, you can't target the set, but like Dimension Dragons, you can. Dragon Blood Sect, you can. The Black Dragons, if they don't have the Execution Ground, you can still hit them.
Okay, so this is just to get rid of those spicy cards that they have on board that you need to get rid of.
Right? You hit the Astro Dragon one.
Yeah, really exactly. Important. That one's really important.
Yeah, so I play 1 of that. You can sideboard more. I play 4 of the Impact.
Oh, baby.
Probably...
Abigail Armed Howlbringer.
Alright, so this card is hit and miss. Like, you can't always do it first turn.
But you should.
You sometimes can't because
I know.
Don't have you need to have an Abigail or like any impact in drop so you can bottom deck it. I think you have to play 4 for that reason. Some people only play 3 because the first one you want to charge it away. That way you can guarantee later.
Yeah. Because you pay it out, right? Yeah.
Yeah. So I played 4, and it's just really strong. Like your opponent milling 9, burning 3, you healing 3. It's just really nice, and then you're attacking for 3 as well.
Yeah. So turn 1, that is 6 damage if you get it off correctly.
Yes, and you can also, if you have the perfect setup with one of these already in drop and one of these in hand, then you can OTK with this card. I play 3 of the Operate.
Blood Dragon Ceremony, Bloody Operate.
Right. So I really like this card because it just combos like no tomorrow. In case you have one of these in hand and you don't want to charge it away, and you have this in hand, you can use this to combo into so many other plays. So, for example, one time I used this card to combo into the gauging one, Corrosion Code. And so what I ended up doing is I ended up milling 2 monsters each, so I gauged 4 off of it. And so then I comboed into this to make them mill a total of 11 because of the Corrosion Code and this, and hit for 3. And then because I had another one, I had enough gauge to call a second one for another 3 and attack for 3 again. So yeah, that's the deck. We're not doing sideboard because I'm too lazy.
Yeah, well, you know, sideboards change too fast to think about.
You basically play loyalty and that's it.
Yep, that's a sideboard. You heard it here first. Fuck, 10 loyalties. So we'll do some matches with that deck, and when the rest of the boys get here, laters.